morning. Welcome. Thank you all for coming out this morning. My name is Sonia Hunsinger. I'm the Executive Director of Downtown Inc. We're the organization that works to enhance and foster reinvestment in downtown York. We do that through beautification efforts, through economic development, through events, and marketing. And marketing is why we're here this morning. Some of you may remember the name Roger Brooks. Roger Brooks is an expert, internationally renowned in destination development. He was brought to York a few years back by a group of community volunteers and leaders. And Roger told us when he was here that the best way to create a successful and sustainable renaissance in a downtown is to pick 2 to 3 blocks and work on building a cluster of hospitality and retail businesses. Get it right, make it amazing, and the vibrancy and activity will filter out from there. He recommended that we start with the block around Central Market and include the North George Street corridor from Continental Square to Sovereign Bank Stadium. He suggested the designation Market District, aptly, and so we got to work. Tapping into and supporting the county's Industrial Art and Design branding initiative that was going on concurrently, and with a lot of help from M&T Bank and the shops on North Beaver Street, we commissioned Salvaging Creativity to craft and install industrial-inspired planters, benches, and trash cans. We partnered with public and private community groups to hire a retail recruiter to work with our commercial realtors to fill the vacant storefronts. We worked tirelessly to build events in this area, and we supported the merchant groups that worked together. We expanded the plantings, and we added more industrial street art when the businesses here on North George Street rallied and contributed to the costs. So now, with almost 80% first floor occupancy, a newly renovated Central Market, and a more pedestrian-friendly North George Street corridor, we've developed the product and we're ready to go to market. We pulled all of the merchants and the proprietors in the Market District together, asked for a handful of volunteers, some with marketing backgrounds, and got to work developing the branding plan. I'm going to ask Ann Druck, President of York County Convention and Visitors Bureau, to talk to you just a little bit about the importance of destination branding. Ann?
Thank you, Sunny, and good morning, everyone. I'd like to congratulate Downtown Inc. I'd like to congratulate Downtown Inc. and Sunny, recognize you for your leadership and hard work to get downtown's house in order. And now the fun begins, and that is with branding. And if you want to attract customers or if you have something to sell, as you know, branding is an important foundation, and this brand will become a lighthouse. It will become a lighthouse to locals in our community and in our region, and it will become a lighthouse to attract visitors to our vibrant and exciting downtown. It will also be a lighthouse to the businesses in our community, the small businesses, that gives them a greater platform and a greater voice to sell what they have to offer. So we're very excited about this, and as you know, we've had a little bit of experience with branding over the past 13 years, and I'd like to tell Sunny to buckle your seats because it's going to be a wild ride. When we branded our county as the Factory Tour Capital of the World, we didn't know at that time that we were going to have small businesses like Sunrise Soap in downtown York and York Time Institute in downtown York be partners with us. And we didn't know that the program participants were going to double. And we didn't know that that was going to foster the Mason-Dixon Wine Trail and the Susquehanna Ale Trail. And we have Mudhook and we have Holy Hound Tap. So Sunny, you're in. It really is so exciting. We're very much looking forward to partnering and promoting this brand to thousands of visitors that come to York County each year. So congratulations to you, Sonny, and your board and your members. And now I'd like to introduce our representative from the city. Kevin Schreiber is the Director of Economic and Community Development. Kevin?
Thank you, Ann. Morning, everyone. Thank you to Sonny and Downtown Inc. and all of you for attending today. I actually prepared a couple comments because I really want to rattle off some numbers that I think are impressive and I think will help impress upon all of you and the public just how far we've come as a community. So my hats are off to Sonny and the board members of Downtown Inc. I know the board chair, Gary Sunk, is here, and the great work that the Creativity Unleashed Committee has done. I'm here on behalf of Mayor Bracey and the City of York, and our City Council member, Henry Nixon's here. So this is really a community effort, and it's an effort of innumerable partnerships. But one of the most essential mantras for successful branding is to over-deliver on your promise and to focus on the experiential qualities of the brand. So to over-deliver on the promise. Here in York City, it is the largest municipality in our county, and it is the economic, the educational, the cultural, the artistic, the live music, the tourism, the culinary hub of York County. Our metropolitan community is growing and bustling, and it's ripe with positive energy. I'm here today to remind folks of just how far we've come as a community. Over $350 million, that's over $250 million in development in these past 10 years. $125 million alone in the past few years. The Market View Arts Building, renovations to our Central Market and our Farmers Market. Just shy of 300,000 people attended Sovereign Bank Stadium last year alone. Over 100,000 attended city parades and special events. Over 80,000 people attended performances, events, and receptions at the Strand Capital Performing Arts Center. Over 48,000 people attended the York County Heritage Trust Museum and other venues. Dream Rights Youth and Family Theater welcomed over 8,800 to its performances. Our city boasts one of the East Coast's few horologists, and I know you'll all have to Google that one later, the York Time Institute, teaching a new generation of art, the art of watch and clock manufacturing. And we all know that a very loud future awaits York with Think Loud development, getting noisy in our East End a few blocks from here. In just the past few years, 4 vacant cigar factories, a vacant ice production plant, an auto parts outlet, a figurine factory, a silk mill, a wallpaper dyeing factory, a candy company, a grocery warehouse, and a casket factory have all been converted into green commercial centers, art centers, apartments, or other better uses. Ladies and gentlemen, creativity, character, and craftsmanship have always been part of our DNA here in York. From creating the nation's first working constitution, to handmade furniture, clocks, folk art, from custom fabricating and welding to tool and die specialists, Eds and Meds to the world's largest dental parts manufacturer, to innovative small businesses, artist homesteaders, to nationally acclaimed artisans. Small businesses, musicians, preservation experts, Victorian bed and breakfasts, micro enterprises to microbreweries. Jeff Lau of Mudhook Brewing Company is here with us today. From bustling First Fridays to radiant public murals and inspiring public art. York has unleashed creativity, character, and capitalism, and all of these are examples of authenticity re-engineered. York's industrial past being creatively re-engineered for a brighter and better and more prosperous future tomorrow. So again, this is the complement, and this is the manifestation of hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of work, innumerable partnerships like Downtown Inc., the leadership, the stick-to-itiveness, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Creativity Unleashed Committee, and all of you folks here today. So we thank you on behalf of the City of York, and I'm going to turn it back over to Sonny now. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Got it.
We really appreciate the ongoing and continued partnership that we celebrate every day with the city and with the CVB. Everybody knows that you don't do this stuff in a silo, and it's working together in the partnerships that we've built that make these things come to life. So back to the branding team, and I'd like to thank them now. Melissa Grove, Angie Anderson, Alyssa Reigert, and Melissa Beaverson worked on developing the brand concepts and the design. After poring over nearly 20 possibilities, we chose one that we think best reflects the energy that's building here, while at the same time supporting the industrial art and design brand. The image you're about to see was designed by Elsie Smith of Design Solutions Plus, located right here in downtown York. Elsie, you want to help me unveil it?
Yes. Well, I moved to York a couple of years ago, and one of my decisions was, you know, where do I want to live for the rest of my life? Always drove through downtown York because I loved it. It was just kind of vibrant to me. There was a lot of interesting architecture. There was a lot of industrial art along the streets. So I was excited about the Unleashing Creativity brand and now this Market District brand. And looking for an image, on a day like today, the sun came out and shone on this, and it said, "Pick me." And I thought this is very fitting. It definitely relates to the art, the industrial design, the creativity that's being unleashed in the county, the city and the county. And since I live on West Market, I always walk through the Gear Garden. It just all ties together. So in addition to branding the Market District, there'll be flags, banners, and people walking around will see this sculpture and they'll go, aha, it'll strike a chord in their note. Okay, so basically that's it, and I love it. It's so great to see something in print.
So this image and the campaign around it will serve to create a cohesive energy among the businesses that populate the Market District in downtown York. The marketing messages will be crafted in such a way as to fit within the framework of Creativity Unleashed, York's county-wide industrial art and design brand. So we invite everyone to come down on First Friday, April 5th, when we'll showcase the new image with street banners, special event flags, and storefront signage. Welcome to the Market District in downtown York. You'll know you've arrived by the small town charm, wrapped up in a slightly gritty vibe. We are the urban center of a city that's made it its place in history and defines its future by designing and manufacturing things. Our landscape tells that story and supports the brand promise that York is America's industrial art and design capital. Before we wrap up and take questions, I do want to say a few thanks to Elsie, Kevin, and Ann for helping out today. I appreciate you being here. I also want to thank Jim Gross and his team in the Public Works Department. For the next few days, they'll be hanging banners on lampposts. And I also want to pay a little recognition to Derek Arnold. He's not here today, he's in Key West. Yeah, poor guy. Derek is the artist, the local artist that inspired the work here, which is why we're standing here on this particular corner in downtown York in the Market District. This is the piece of art that was designed and crafted by Derek Arnold that inspired the artwork for the brand of the Market District. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate you being out here in the cold, sun shining. We ordered the sun for you, and we're happy to take any questions.